Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about thermal expansion, which is a mod by Team Koff. The thermal expansion comes with origin like copper, tin, silver, ferrous and lead, which can all be smelted into ingots and then made into blocks. Purely for decoration, of course. It also comes with a few alloys, like the electrum. So it's crafted by 1 gold and 1 silver to 2 electrum dust. You can just do this in your normal crafting table, or with an alloy smelter, induction smelter, or anything. But if you have the pulver form, you can just craft in your workbench, and you'll get 2 electrum dust, which you can smelt in any furnace and get electrum block or ingots. Then we have copper, bronze, or the tinker alloy, as they have named it somehow. I don't really know why they've done that. It's crafted by 3 copper and 1 tin silver. Should it be tin? It should be tin. Tin. I don't know why I've written silver there. And you get 4 tinkers. You can also do this in induction smelter, alloy smelter, or the tinker furnace. And you have the invar, which also is these are pretty useful in the mod, but one of the most basic is the invar, which is 3 iron and 1 ferrous. 2 iron, 2 iron, not 3, 3 invar. Then we have the electrum enderium blend, which is crafted by 3 tin, 1 shiny metal, and a resonant ender, and you get the enderium blend. You'll get the bucket back, so you can craft it over and over and over again, and using the liquid crafter from Mine Factory. You can just pump in liquefied ender. And you'll get, I put in a bucket, and you can just redstone lever make the enderium blend by putting stacks of tin and shiny metal in. To be honest, you don't really need that super much, but to get the most high tier, you'll need to make a lot. Then you have the if you have electric jetpacks in, then you'll need a lot, because the best jetpack needs quite a few bits of enderium. With machines, we have a few basic machines here. We have the redstone furnace. It's a normal furnace. You put in something and you'll get something in return. In this case, there's cobblestone. Becomes smooth stone. It's a normal furnace, just that it's powered by energy rather than coal. You can also take a look using Ni and see all the recipes you can do with it. This may vary depending on how many mods you have installed. We also have the pulverizer. Mostly I prefer to use the pulverizer rather than the crusher from Mechanism or anything like that, because this one has a secondary output, which can generate some extra materials. Sure, using mechanism you can get the thing you seek rather than a secondary output of something else. For example, uh, if we put in iron, we'll get ferrous. That's a good way to get invar to start with. And any metal, there is a chance to get another. So ardite from Tinker generates some gold, and a few bits and pieces like that. So I prefer this system. It's a more basic system and generates a bit more than a standard. But if you do the 3x or 4x output system from Mechanism, that could be better, especially using gold, iron, and stuff like that that you really use a lot of. So using copper, we can do it in the smeltery from Tinker, sag mill, then we'll get the copper, gold, just like in the pulverizer, and we have a cobblestone, chance of cobblestone, the injection chamber, and that enrichment system, and the pulverizer wasn't there. But you'll get like silver or tin. I think it's tin from copper. No, it's gold. You'll get some gold with 10% chance. Then we have the sawmill. You put in any type of wood, and you'll get birch planks and sawdust. Sawdust can be used to make compressed sawdust and florbs. The compressed sawdust can be smelted into charcoal, so that then get charcoal out of the system. So it's pretty efficient. And the Magyar crucible, which smelts almost any types of stone into lava. Then we have the ender pearls into resonant ender, which is made to use to make the enderium blend. So you smelt the ender pearls here. We can make ice and water. Then we have the fluid transposer, which have some liquefied recipes to put into objects. So we can make, for example, the mossy cobblestone, using water and cobblestone. Here's an example on tanks that comes with the system. The most basic is the portable tank with using copper, and this one is filled with energized glowstone. We have the batteries, which have a nice animation that shows how much energy you have in the system. The different tiers can be set to a different kind of outputs and inputs, and the leadstone have a max of 80, and the resonant have a maximum output of 10,000. We can vary that using different commands, like shift for taking 1,000 up and or down. Then we have the control for 5 and normal for 50. Here's an example. Use the previous tank with the enderium blend to make this that holds 64 buckets. This is crafted using hardened and some hardened glass. And then we have the hardened, which is crafted using the portable tank and invar. This recipe is to skip the first step, which is pretty neat. You can jump right to the next tier. It's the same using these. We have the leadstone, and we can do it using the leadstone energy frame and every pieces to make it straight away. We have strong boxes, which only the user can use, or you can allow different settings. So if you put this box down, you can set it to private, then only you can remove it, only you can access it. The smallest tier is crafted using leadstone, lead, tin, I mean, only have this many slots, but the resonant have a lot more. You can choose restricted to allow access for certain people. If you share a house or something, a base, and have some things you don't want everybody to get a hold of if they invade your base. We have the conducts, and this is the electrical leadstone, the most basic, which then can be upgraded to a hardened. And to get the highest tier, you'll need to have a redstone energy conduct that's empty, and then put redstone into it. So it's pure redstone going through it. And this is crafted using the electrum ingots. So you'll need to have the transposer, the magma crucible, and some electrum. Then we have different kinds of fluid. This is an opaque. It's cheaper, but you can't see the liquids going through it. Here you can see the liquids going through it, but it's a bit harder and a bit more expensive to make. They also connect, so you can make it so that one piece shows what liquid going through it. Aesthetically, it's crafted using hardened glass or fused, which you can get from. And using these recipes, it's a lot cheaper to make the fused glass using Endrio than the hardened. And the opaque one is just lead and copper. Much cheaper, much easier to get if you're starting up a system. We also have the item ducts, the opaque one, the cheaper, and the opaque. Then you can see the items going through. So if you want to have some area exposed, you can use this one. And this also generates a lot less lag than the Buildcraft pipes. The Buildcraft pipes really are a mess compared to these ones. So you can choose to have the vanity type of pipe or the opaque one. You can also upgrade your pipes using a servo to control how many you're sending in, drawing out, sending in. If needs, these ones need redstone to draw out of objects, like chests, so you can draw items directly from chests and out. Then you need to control it using redstone, or put a pneumatic servo on it and tell it that the redstone control should be disabled. Then we have the impulse item ducts. These sends an item a few blocks per tick, and this one is a lot faster, so it sends them a lot faster at the same time. The crescent hammer used, and we're back again. terribly sorry about that, but for some reason my game crashed 2 times when I tried to use the crescent hammer on the item ducts. The crescent hammer is generally the tool to use for everything in the mod. You can use, I think, almost any wrench. If you hit this with a pick and break it, it will lose its content, but if you shift right click it with a wrench, you can take it up. Same goes for everything, so these strong boxes will contain their items and their things. You can do the same with power. Pick it up. So if you need anything done, like taking away or putting up, say you want to drag from a container, you can set the mode for it. If we put this here, it doesn't connect, but if we put it here, it connects. So if we use the crescent, and I crashed again, but you use the crescent hammer on the pipe, and it's changed the mode from pull to put in and stuff like that. We have the tesseract. We can send, put in a device code, make it private, and we can send items, receive items. We can send and receive fluids. And we can send and receive power. And we have no loss whatsoever to the power. So it's a really high tier pipe to do everything. We can send from there to here without any pipes in between. Then we have a few of the creative sorts of everything. We have an empty tank, and if we take a bucket and put liquid into it, for example, if we grab a bucket of lava from here, put it in. Now this tank is infinite lava, so you can go and drag how much lava you want from there. Same goes with the energy cell. This is fully loaded, like a resonant ender cell. You can send 10,000. It's infinite, so it will last forever. And then we have the creative strongholds. Don't really know what it's for, but I assume, yeah, if you put something in it, you can drag it out infinite amounts. And lastly, we have the rock wool. It's textured just as wool, so you can do every wool stuff with it. But there's one exception. It's fireproof. This has been here the entire length of the spotlight and not burned down. If we were to take out some wool, put it somewhere near, it starts burning and disappearing. So it lasts through fire. It's crafted. Don't seem to have the recipe here. But if we take some slag, I think this is how you do it. Okay, let's take the cell and we put it here. And it starts. So slag is a byproduct from the induction smelter, and we get light gray wool. That's why. And using the light gray wool, we can do any color. That's been all for the thermal spotlight. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.